We are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Yeah. All right, John.
Everyone, it is Wednesday night, and Wednesday night with those guys, as you know, is sponsored by those guys. This is where we talk about everything that has to do with drones and promote the usage of. So what's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's been able to get out and fly this week if you've had good weather. If not, I feel sorry for you. We've had our windy days. We haven't been able to get out a couple of days and do anything either. But there'll be those days.
Wait. When we say we,
yeah,
who do you mean? I was out flying yesterday.
It's been windy today. You wouldn't.
Yeah, today definitely. Yeah, today definitely. Yesterday I was out in the window. It was like 22. I had my Air 2S. It was 22 miles per hour at 200 feet, something like that. 100 feet. I didn't need to go any higher.
Yeah, and you're doing what you were doing with the roll and shutter. Okay, we good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just to play around. I hadn't flown my Air 2S since I had my Mavic 3. That was since January.
Really?
Yes, you was right. You said one thing. And you were like, once you start flying that Mavic 3, that Air 2S is just going to sit there. And I was like, oh shit, let me take it out. And I was like, wait a minute. The last time I flew it was before I had the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
So you were right.
Yeah, that always happens. The new guy gets a little bit of play. The old guy gets forgotten about.
Yeah, I had her out yesterday.
And if it's that good, you'll never go back to it.
Well, I actually had fun flying my Air 2S yesterday, and I felt bad. So, I'm going to start giving her as much time.
Really?
I'm going to use her recreationally, and I'll use the Mavic 3 for work only.
That's how it goes?
Yeah. John Olson says, how did it handle in the wind? Well, John, I've been flying drones for about 7 years now, but I can say the Air 2S in 22 mile per hour winds at 100 feet, 150 feet. She handled fine. I had her in normal mode. I didn't put her in sin mode, but in normal mode, she handled fine. Because it was gusting up to 22. Keep in mind, it wasn't a constant 22. So, happy Wednesday.
Therein lies where the problems with all of these drones. And the gust of wind, especially with that drone or something smaller, 20, 22, 23, I don't care what it is, you're going to get movement. You get movement on the Mavic 3 at 27.
True. You do. And I've flown the Mavic 3 in as high as 31 mile per hour winds.
You get movement in it when it's sitting still, you get movement.
Yeah, it does that what we call now that 2-foot shuffle.
Yeah, the two-step.
Yeah, the two-step. That's what it is.
The drone two-step.
John said no flying here all week, and next week due to rain. Well, it's going to rain here in New York for the next 3 days. So if you didn't do any flying, or you don't have any backup footage or pictures to edit while it's raining, I feel bad for you.
Just Vaseline the drone up, put it up.
No, that's crazy. That's as bad as I was watching America's Got Talent last night, and this dude says, "I'll be right back." And he comes back, and automatically I see Vaseline on his face. I say he's going to set himself on fire. And a lady comes out with a torch, and his thing was to do a Rubik's Cube while set on fire in under 30 seconds. But it took him like a minute.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's the Vaseline for?
The Vaseline, what
I
they
got
do,
here.
Well, okay. Well, I found a trick. I don't know if they do this present day, but there was a time when they wanted to set a man on fire in a fireproof suit. They put Vaseline, thick globs of Vaseline over his face. And they would use rubber cement, which was highly flammable. And the rubber cement, for some reason, doesn't heat up the Vaseline and It stays away from the Vaseline, and that's how
I'm
they're able to set them on fire.
I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not putting
Just,
no
you should
friggin'
have saw the
petroleum.
judges. The judges was like, "Yo, you serious? This dude's on fire, man!
I'm
Yo,
not putting that petroleum-based product on my friggin' face for you to put heat on top of it. Nah, I'm not taking that
no."
chance.
Well, see the back of him. They lit his
No, I'm
pants.
good.
The back of him
No,
was
I'm good.
hoodie. He
No,
didn't
I'm
have a
good.
hoodie. He
No,
didn't
I'm
have.
good.
He did have a hoodie on.
No, I'm
That
good.
was on fire all the way down. I was like,
No,
and
I've seen how they do the suits and they put the little powder in there and all. No, I've
hmm
seen that. But
yeah,
the whole thing about the face thing, no, I'm
yeah.
good.
His face was the only thing that was exposed because he had to see the Rubik's cube.
That was just like when the people talk about, oh, if you get burned, put butter on it. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah, yeah, true. Hey,
I've,
Flying
al-
Flynn, how are you?
I've always wondered that one.
Well, anyway, hey, Gary's here also. What's up, Gary? Well, anyway,
Gary,
happy Wednesday to you guys. Happy Hump Day.
Gary.
You know, welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I love
That's a
the
little bit,
fact that we come on so early in the week because
just a
when
little bit.
stuff, well, yeah, we got a little bit something, something.
Well, we in the middle of the week. We're not on early in the
Oh
week.
shoot,
What?
nothing. Just go ahead. I
We're
forgot to
the
set
early
something up.
show for the
I forgot to set something up. That's all.
we're the early show for Wednesday.
Right, but being an early show, that we get to bring up some topics, more topics than the same topics, but topics early in the day, and then we get to hear
Yeah.
later on through the night how it trickles down through the other live streams
Well, I try not
or their personal opinions of
I
certain
I
topics we
try
speak
not
about.
to talk about the same subjects, but I mean it's a it's drone related
Yeah,
information.
but think
So
about it.
I
You
mean
can't
that
talk
it's
DJI
right, but I'm saying to it's drone
every day.
information, so it's information that everybody is privy to. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's not secret science. I mean, there is place
I
stuff that
know
is in
the
places
sources are
that
out there. You're right.
people don't, probably don't check out those publications and stuff like that. I don't know. It's there. It's there. I mean, I don't dig too deep. Scratch the surface a little bit.
Well, we're going to scratch the surface just a little bit later on tonight. I'm
Well,
dying to get to a certain section of the show.
good
So
afternoon
I'm
to you
actually
too,
looking
Gary.
forward.
What's
I'm looking
going on?
forward.
So, did you see who was all in the chat? Who was there?
Um, I was
Anybody?
actually in another window, but I can do it right now. Yeah.
Oh,
We can
wait.
start right here with Jody was here early. Jones drone shots, SJM drones, John Olson, One Vision aerial. TJ Giggles was here. I don't know if he
Yeah,
still
I
is.
saw him earlier.
JC John's flying. Matt Bagwell, what's good? If I didn't say hello to you, it's because I'm always in other windows trying to set stuff up. John
Oh,
Olson, I did say, I think.
yeah.
And that's, oh, Flying Flynn came in recently.
Yeah.
JSK also.
Uh-huh.
I think that's about it. I said
Really?
SJM drones. Oh, visual line of sight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, visual line of sight. What's good, man?
Yeah. I'm trying to work out something. I want to have him come on one Wednesday. So I'm
Who?
working
Visual
in the
line of sight?
background. I'm working in the background with. We're gonna work in the background with that.
You know who I was trying to get on here?
Matt, who's that?
Andy. Excuse me. Cortez.
Andy.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. See, that
I
would
was
have
thinking.
been Andy Cortez. Yeah, we have to get him on. But I'd rather see. He's the guy you want on your live stream during a holiday or any
Uh,
time at that. But
well, we were trying to do a little thing where we were trying to, you know, involve the community a little more with videos that you were talking about.
right.
I asked
We're
you
working
to
on.
come up
We
with
are working
something
on.
for FPV, and what I was thinking, where'd you go?
I'm here.
Would you fall into the park?
I'm underwater right now.
Oh, that sounds personal. But yeah, I was thinking the new craze or the big craze has been going on for like the last year or so
Right.
is the one shots, right? And I know everybody and their mother's got an Avata, right?
Yeah, you're right.
How about Avata one shots? Send in Avata one shots.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, yeah. You guys check this out. Um, Herman has an email on his YouTube page. Send in the link to your YouTube or your one shots, and we'll start showing them on here. Avata one shots.
Yeah, you guys are doing Avata one shots.
Yeah, that would be hot. That would definitely
Show a
be.
couple of them during the live stream.
Now, we have to specify what a one shot is because there are a few who may be confused and think a one shot is I shot it on one battery. Well, that has a lot to do with it also. Thank you for the 100 mark there. That has a lot to do with it also, but it
What
has to.
happened?
Here's the qualifications. It has to be one battery, one complete flight, not you're going zoom, zoom, zoom around, cut to the next video. No, that's not a one shot. That's a cut. We want from beginning to end.
Hey there, Bill.
We'll
What's
start
going on?
showing Avata one shots on here.
Yeah,
Hey,
feel,
coast to
feel
coast.
free to hit the like button. It doesn't
Yes,
cost much.
I see everyone's they're playing. I see the new the little heart. People like
Yeah,
that
I
button.
noticed that on the
They appreciate you guys that are showing us the support.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Even though I need a shave or something.
I mostly seen real estate one shots, and some have been sick. But real estate really depends on the subject for impact. It does. One shot in a log cabin isn't going to be inspiring.
You know what?
It might be. It's a three-story log cabin.
One room is always going to be rough.
True.
You know what I mean? I think any house with multiple rooms, if you can actually, perform it.
Yeah, yeah. But those are the qualifications. Like 1.5 minute to 2 minutes. Yes, make it a maximum of 2 minutes. A 2 minute one shot video.
Yeah, those one shots
battery.
is like 40 minutes long. That's
Yeah, because I know the Avata flies around for a little while. I have the attention span of a rabbit. I cannot sit there for
Really?
5 minutes and I mean, if it's a movie or something, I'm interested. I don't know.
Have you ever seen a rabbit engaged in
2 minute
something?
limit. 1.5 to 2 minutes max. What did you say?
Have you ever seen a rabbit engaged in something?
Other than eating and running, fleeing for their life, no.
They more they got a longer attention span than you give them credit for.
Oh, I could believe it. Man from Earth has some of the best shots I've seen so far. Well, you guys, all of you guys have Avatas out there. This should be inspiring to you. And
he's not in the stream in the chat, so I mean he can't. But you can.
yeah, or you can tell him to send us some stuff. We're looking to feature some of you guys out there that show us support, and we know damn near every one of you guys out there have Avatas.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Avata crazy.
It's
Every
like
meetup that I've gone to has just been Avata nuts.
yeah,
Avata
but
this,
will they be happy?
Avata this and Avata that.
Will they be happy when we get to a story about Avatas?
Well, I don't know.
Disappointed.
Avata. I mean,
Avata this, Avata that,
Avata
right?
that. I mean, there's a whole lot of Avata.
This is true. But anyway, I'd like to apologize. The last couple of weeks I was having tech issues. Well, thanks.
And he still is.
Once again, no, not. Look, you can hear that now. Everything's working fine, except I need to cue something up, which means I have to mute my mic.
Right.
So if you want to,
and he probably also doesn't know which button is which.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay.
What? You wrote it down this time?
The buttons are labeled, bro. I
Oh,
labeled them.
the
I
label.
know what they are. Okay, I got this. I'm
All right.
back in control.
Okay, if you say so, I'm just trying to make sure, because
All right, so if you want to
you
go
know,
on and start a story, I
move
need to mute
smoothly.
myself for a second.
What happened?
Oh, you know what I thought about?
What?
Now that you can hear,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if I mute myself. I have to stop the video. Okay, so I got it.
What are you
Open
talking about?
with and pause. There we go. Done.
Yeah. Now, what I was going to ask you about was there seems to be a little thing coming up. I believe starting on what's that Monday,
Yes.
the
Yes.
DJI Store Day.
I'm
You
on it.
know, yeah. What's that? What's going on
What's
with that?
happening with this? I actually participated in it
Yeah.
before the live stream, about an hour before the live stream, so I could know what the hell I was talking about. And um,
Okay.
DJI is having Store Day. All
Really?
right. It's coming up on June 26th until the 30th. It's only 5 days. They have it on their website. I'm going to pull up something so you guys pull out your phone. If you don't have the DJI drone app on you, pull out your phone and scan this right here. If you have an Apple, scan the one on the right. If you're Android, scan the one on the left. And what happens is you scan it, and if you have the DJI app,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what they're promising is you could win free care refresh
Uh-huh.
and or a drone.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hmm.
I actually did it. I scanned the one on the left because I'm Android. I don't own anything with the letter I in front of it. Only apples I know are the ones that I eat.
Okay. So yeah,
That's
they
it.
said
But
something about free care refresh
yes, there is a free
and
care
a
refresh,
battery.
and yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm sorry, I said a drone, right?
Yeah. But they have an
Battery.
opportunity for you to be able to win a drone.
Yes, including a DJI Mini 3.
Yeah.
All right, but I hope you guys scanned it enough. I'll pull it back up. I'll put the link, but they want you to pull it up on your multimedia, and
Hmm.
they're advertising buy the combo, get 2 free gifts. This is all starting Monday, June 26th. This intelligent
Okay.
battery. This is all the stuff that they're offering, and
Hmm.
DJI RC.
Okay.
We got a story about those too. But
You know
this is
what's
the
funny?
contest. All you have to do is open the app up, and the app will bring you to this page.
So
And all you have
they
to
got that, what's that, the two with the fly more combo with the vaccine controller?
yeah. Oh, right here. Right here. Here it is. Yes, the DJI Mini 3 Fly More combo.
No, no, no. There was one that you scrolled past
Oh,
that
this
had
one right here. This one is a Mini 3 Pro.
down further.
Oh, down further. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 1 year, one year care
No,
refresh plan.
no.
No, down a little further. Right here.
Right there.
Right here.
The
This is a
Mini 2 SE
steal.
Fly More
A
combo.
steal. Mini
Yeah.
2. And
That's
we're
the
not getting paid for this, but
that's
seriously,
the vaccine controller.
$489.
Yeah.
My only problem is if you're a beginner and you want
Mhm.
to learn how to fly, you may outgrow this quick, but it's only 2.7K video. It's a Mini 2 SE. They have great reviews. You
I
see
feel that way about the Mini
videos.
variant.
Yeah, you see millions of videos on it. But go back to here, scan it, watch the replay over, whatever you got to do. I didn't have the app, but to enter the contest, I had to download the app because this will take you to the DJI store so you can download the app. Once you open the app after signing in, of course, you have to sign in with your account. Everyone who flies DJI, of course, has a DJI account. You after you sign in, you go on the main page and you'll see where it says to enter contest, and you just click the button and that's it. So basically
Okay.
they want you to download the DJI app, and once again they're offering a giveaway for a chance to win a Mini 3, a battery, and some it's the what is it called, that care refresh thingy.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah,
it.
used to fly the Tello in the house, right?
Yeah.
Now I fly the Mini 2 in the house.
Oh, Dan the man, what's good, man? How are
Fly
you?
it in Eddie
I'm
mode.
sorry, I didn't see you, bro. I was in another window.
You fly it in Eddie
There's the
mode
link.
right in the house.
There's the link also for the DJI store. Like I said, the sale starts Monday, June 26th, all the way until the 30th. And I just won a $2 credit. Oh, and the same link,
Okay.
once you sign
Dan.
in, Herman, with the same
Ooh,
link, lets you check your credit. And I
yeah.
went to check my DJI credit. I had a whole $2.70, man.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, a whole $2.70.
Big spender.
Yeah, who you telling?
Big spender. You ought to buy one of them $3,000 joints from them and watch how they give you that whopping 50.
V Dub, what's good? How are you? We're talking about drones. We could be talking about boobs. Dan,
Ooh,
you're domesticated now. Stop it.
what
Because she
happened?
runs up behind you and slaps you on the back of the head.
What?
Yeah, Dan. Dan is domesticated now.
Oh,
He's calmed down a lot in his old age.
that's what it is?
Brooklyn Jimmy, what's good? Drone days. How are you? Haven't
Jimmy.
seen you in a minute. All right. What's up? Well, listen, we got a good lineup tonight. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. The Air 3,
You
the
really?
Avata, the Avata we're going to talk
Do
about.
you really need an
Um,
Air 3 after the Mavic series just dropped 80 drones? I mean, I mean, 9, I mean, 10, no, 8, no, 7. It, I don't know. They just dropped a lot of drones.
Herman,
Yeah.
stop hating.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
I know you're not. I'm just messing with you, man.
After they just dropped 80 Mavic 3s
Yes, they just dropped. They
and like
just dropped
40
like
different
20
models, they're
drones.
like Ford.
I don't know if you should be saying that next to my video drop. Might might not be what you anticipate. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Dan's got issues. Listen,
But
we
yeah.
got to get back down to Florida. We're making the next Florida event, right? Supposedly,
Uh,
we're
yeah.
making the next Florida meetup.
Yeah. The whole plan was we were supposed to go down because we're supposed to be hanging out with a special friend that we got down,
Yes.
coming down there to hang out at the South Florida
Yes,
Drone
yes. We
meetup.
won't see who that is. We'll reveal it when we're down there.
Yeah,
But
when that time comes, we going down there 3 the hard way.
right, but I'm gonna say one thing. Dan, I fix shit or drone worship or whomever you know him by,
Uh-huh.
had said he wouldn't. He was coming to the meetup when we went last year to come hang out with us
Mhm.
and to meet me, and that's exactly what we did. So this year, Dan, well,
Mhm.
next year, I hope to see you there because it'll make it worth it. I like when Dan walks into a room or an area, Herman.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It just all you hear are freaking crickets, man. Just
Oh, he's getting good with that button thing.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm working it. I'm
He's
working it
getting good
hard,
with
man.
the
I'm
he's
making
getting
up for lost
he's
time.
getting real swiftly with the buttons. Look out.
Listen,
He
listen.
might be in concert next.
Yeah, but anyway, we
Um,
God willing, we'll be down at next year's meetup for sure. But getting back to this DJI
all right.
store, hit them up. Yeah,
Yeah, well, go ahead, finish.
you hit them up. I put the link in
I'm
the
gonna have some
chat.
apple
Drop it
juice.
one more time. It costs you nothing. If you have a DJI drone, you have an account with them. Just sign in,
Yeah,
download the stupid app, enter the contest, and uninstall it. I don't care. Just whatever.
he doesn't care.
Enough with that. On to the
Well,
next.
what I did want to bring up, you fly simulators, right? Or what you think you
Yes.
fly
Yes,
simulators,
I do. I do. FPV
or you
simulators. Yeah.
or you think you
I
fly
play. I think
simulators,
I do, and I play simulator games on Xbox as well.
right? Well, Flight Sim Expo has landed in Houston this year. Uh, was it June 23rd to the 25th?
Right.
Um, it's going to be at the DoubleTree Hilton Hotel, Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's at Hobby Airport.
All right. Well, if you're in the area,
So they're going to have all types of flight simulators of all kind, all the
check it out.
industry manufacturers of flight simulators of all kind.
You
Yeah.
know, you
From
like the
stuff you
world's
would
best
have
flight
in your
simulator.
home, all the way up to the stuff that pilots train on.
Well, I was getting ready to say you like the world's best simulator. The company that makes the world's best simulators
Or
is the
your
one that you like
PC.
the on the PC.
Or
Yes,
your
for
PC, yeah.
for
There's gonna be
PC.
bigger than them there.
Really?
From panels and to goggles, all kind of simulators. So if you're in the area or you're gonna be in the area and you feel like checking it out, check it out. I don't I just heard about it. I didn't really get the information on it.
Mhm.
What I can do is I can post it in the Facebook. So if I find that information,
Okay.
do know that if you check out AUVSI, you should be able to find out that information from them
All right.
because
All
they
right.
do
That
have
sounds
it
good.
posted.
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the reason we mention stuff like this outside of New York and around because we know people listen to us. Hey, Lon, what's good? Marcel, how are you?
Oh, there's
People
people here
know
from
that
all over the place. What's up,
people who
Lon?
listen to the live stream listen from all over the United States. So
And different
in the
countries.
area, right? If you're in the area or an hour drive away or something, you might be interested in going and checking it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the area, that's your thing, and you can make it. Like I realize there's a lot of drone programs and stuff going on in the state of Texas. Aviation, period. Is Texas is the spot.
Oh, so you see what visual line of sight put? He says, Lawrence, I didn't even realize that it was you that posted that top-down photo in the United States drone group. I feel bad about it because I can't think of the name of it, even though I'm in it. Hold on. I'll just go to Facebook and click on it.
He
I,
won't even know either.
I'm in a lot
Lawrence
of
will never
shit.
know.
I'm
He
in a
won't even
lot
be
of
able to
shit, a
find the
lot
picture.
of groups, man. If you know how many groups I was in and how many groups on United States Drone Society, I'm sorry for that because I posted in quite a lot.
Well, you know what?
And hmm,
I used to,
thanks, visual.
and I kind of stopped because
We're,
it
we're
becomes a
that busy.
situation where, like, there's a lot of groups. Like there were groups that were made up on Facebook for drones that didn't even come out yet. There's guys inviting you to groups where for drones that nobody's gonna ever own, and then you see a bunch of mini 3 pictures in the group for the Matrice 300 or something like that. I'm like, what are we doing with this?
Hmm.
You know, like I got tossed out of a group because I had posted some Phantom 4 photos, and the guy told me, "Yo, that's the wrong group."
I remember. I
No,
remember
this
you
is
telling me
this is
about
this
that.
is another group. This was one of them Autel groups. I think they were waiting on one of them Autels to come, and dude was like, "Oh, this is the wrong group." I said, "This group's got a drone." That was it.
Right. Because you said something smart.
Right, because guys say dumb shit. Like
Hey, Lance.
if
Yeah,
we
of
if you
course.
got a group for a drone that don't exist yet, so how
Mhm.
you gonna get pictures in the group?
Well, I got invited to the Air 3 group. I'm like, I'm not joining. I don't even know. I'm not buying it because I just brought the Mavic 3 Classic and I'm trying to get an Enterprise. I'm being honest about that. I'm trying to my next drone I'll get it probably be an Enterprise if I can. Exactly, Dan. Now you get it. Also, Dan, if you could get those red boots that were the craze. You remember those red boots, Herman? They were shown in Channel 5. Herman froze. I hope he's not having technical difficulties. If you can hear me, put it one in the chat. Herman will probably be back. I'm still going. Everything says I'm still active and streaming live. Leonard, the 107 test is not as hard as people make it on themselves. Yeah, Herman's gone, so I'm here. So I'll hold out until he gets back. But yeah, Dan, there you go. Controversy 2.0. I need to try and find those boots. Those red boots. They look like, wow. Red boots trending. Hold on. TRN ding. Here they go. Here they go, Dan. You're gonna laugh when you see this. Let me pull this up real quick. Since we're killing some time until Herman gets back. You wear a cape, Dan, and there you go. I know you've seen these. If you showed up with these, Dan, I would pass out from laughing so hard. They're not this cost. This is a bullshit Temu advertisement, but those are the boots I wanted to show you. So if you're considering showing up, hey, Jackson RC, how are you, man? Hope all is well. Herman will be right back. He's probably having a technical difficulty. Okay, but this time if I go, I'm bringing the RD crew with me and the Goon Squad. Why not? It's a meetup. You came there to fly and hang out, right? That's what we did. That's what we did. I don't know what everyone else did down there. They flew and hung out, right? Hung out. Yeah, basically, Lon, they're like galoshes, but we're trying to get Dan to next year's meetup. Show up at the meetup. As last year he went as controversy. I told him to go as controversy 2.0. But just some ideas, Dan, would be real interesting. Give them something to talk about. I'd be like, I fixed shit, showed up at the drone meetup. Dressed like what? Those are Bart Simpson boots. Yeah, they probably are. But getting back into drone news, like I said, later on we're going to be talking about the Air 3. We're going to be talking about the Avata, because a lot of pictures were leaked. And we'll be talking about the old N1 controller and the old RC Pro controller, as you see, for a reason. Herman is still having technical difficulties with it, but the show must go on. So hold on. Let me get to the next topic or find something of interest.
I'm right here.
Oh, I couldn't see you. Wait a minute. Oh, stupid. I had the window minimized. Oh, welcome back.
I've been sitting here for the last few minutes when you've been talking.
I didn't have the window up because I had it minimized in the corner and I was paying attention to the chat and stuff. Welcome back.
I don't know. Lost the internet for a minute.
Yeah, weird stuff like that happens,
I don't know what's going on over here. But you know what? Before we move on, I didn't want to beat a dead horse, but I just wanted to mention again, like last week we were talking about we mentioned with the bill and stuff like that, and how and that in the House it was, and that going after DJI and the talks that everyone was having about manufacturing here in the United States. Don't take it lightly. I've heard a lot of guys taking it very, very, very lightly. Don't take it lightly. That's all I'm going to say. Don't take it lightly.
Yeah, well, we forgot to mention, Herman. On July 7th, we will be at the courthouse in Manhattan.
Oh, for the hearing on the proposal that they have here in New York. And you see, that's part of the reason why I say don't take it lightly, because
and we need
stuff like that. I'm starting to hear about that happening in other places. Where their local municipality is proposing stuff to force drone pilots recreationally out of the sky by making it even hard for Part 107 pilot to take off
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
public
Yeah.
areas and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So if you can make it on July 7th, we need you to show up at one police. Where is it? Two Police Plaza.
one police
One
plus.
Police Plaza in Manhattan on July 7th before the courthouse opens. We will probably be there an hour before, both Herman and I. There's a link on our Those Guys page that you could, if you
There
can
was a link.
not attend, you can leave a comment saying how ludicrous this bill is going to be, because what they want to do, real brief, we're going to what they want to do, Herman, and what they want to do is fix it so that, you remember before Lance, we used to have to call the airports and stuff like that. Well, they want to make it worse than that. In order for a commercial pilot to fly a drone,
pilot, period.
a drone pilot, even recreational, you're going to have to apply 30 days before the day you want to fly, which means if I want to fly tomorrow, it's going to be raining the next 3 days. If I wanted to fly tomorrow, I would have had to put in that permit a month before time. And that's no guarantee that you'll get the permit to fly. And also, like I said, it's raining tomorrow. So if it rains, you don't get a rain check. You got to reapply again.
Well, what they're asking you for is also ridiculous, because they want to know the nature of the flight. They need proof of where your data is being stored. They wanted to have also your proof of your insurance.
If
policy.
you're a 107, you need to prove your insurance.
What are you working? What are you doing? Like I said, the nature of the flight. What is the flight route that you're going to be taking? All of those things that they want to know in your application for you to apply 30 days in advance before flying. I thought it was a little weird.
And there's no guarantee.
That's going to destroy
commerce
destroy business.
Yeah, and I doubt very much that.
And I'll show you why that's going to destroy business. Well, I get these things here, right? That are building, stuff for buildings, right?
That was good to show it that fast.
Huh?
That was good. That was really good.
Because I don't want their information flying around.
Right. To show blueprints.
And they have on it the dates that certain things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it just so happens that there was an emergency, and it halted things. And there are things that were supposed to happen that day that are not going to happen, and it's been pushed back. So let's look at it this way. So the permit or the was for that day.
Right. Herman and I were there that day.
It's not going to happen that day. That's been moved back, and the pour has been moved to a Friday. So there's no way possible
to get another permit.
How would you work that out?
Right, because you can't foresee.
You would now be doing that every day or every month. You'll be in paperwork for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they could give you 3 months in advance of what they want to do, there's no way you can stick to those dates. People will get hurt trying to do that. And that's why most guys do get hurt in construction, trying to meet unrealistic deadlines. I'll say you can't because of a certain situation. Now you're forced to. It just won't happen for that. Not for that, for what they want to do. They just see what'll happen is they just won't hire guys like us. They just won't happen.
Right.
They just won't do it anymore.
Right, but anyway, I thought I would bring that up from now and every live stream up until July 7th. Let you guys know Herman and I are going to be there. It's here in New York in Manhattan Island, One Police Plaza, July 7th. The courthouse opens, I think, at 8:30 or 9. They start calling in this particular case. If you're a drone pilot and you cannot make it on it, like I said, on Those Guys page, we have where you can leave a comment, and supposedly all of these comments will be read about how ludicrous this.
Is there any way you could put that link in the chat? Is there any way you could grab that
With
link?
those guys?
No, no, no. The link for that
I'm going there.
leave their comment.
I'm going there now. Give me a second. Yes, yes, yes. It probably is. Give me a few seconds. I'll be able to pull it up. I just have to go to featured.
Uh-huh.
Here it is. Proposed rule. NYPD proposed rule takeoff and landing.
Oh, okay. Takeoff and landing.
I just clicked on it and it downloaded another time. It's a payload one. That might be the wrong one. Let me click and see. Let me
maybe.
go. You go ahead and talk, and I will do this stuff.
Well, you gotta. Okay. Well, what's happening is here.
We need to pay homage to sponsor though.
Before you get fired from the stream.
But see, this time I'm on point. Okay.
Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
There we go. Done. Done.
All right. Okay.
I got it in, and I still have mad windows open trying to get this particular.
Ooh, what?
You know what? Close that window down. Go to where it downloaded. Since it downloaded 5,000 times to my damn machine.
What you got?
I click on it.
What you got? The
Stuff
for the
for them. PDF. The New York
okay. What you had?
New York State Police proposal.
Right. I thought you had a link.
I don't.
Oh, because the last time we covered the story, you had a link for them to be able to go in and leave their comment.
Yeah, I'm looking. Temporary photo, UAV.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
I can give you a hint to where you might be able to find one in Messenger. But if not, I don't know. You could probably find it by the end of the stream because we were moving on.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I will pilot. I'll definitely
moving right along. Hey, Johnny, what's going on, man? Moving right along with.
Go ahead. I will search for that.
Well, it's been really quiet up until yesterday. It was, really quiet on the leaks and the stuff that were coming out on the Air 3. We all know that Mr. Igor Bogdanov had at once a while back came out with a series of pictures, and then it finally came down to what was a picture, and he had a video of what we believed was to be the Air 3. We all saw that the photo
he leaked
of no, that's a photo of a box.
We meant the photos of the drone that was leaked, you meant?
Yes. The photo and the video of the drone that was released. Those what we believe is the drone that we were going to see when the Air 3 came out.
Here we go. There it is. That's the actual photo of the Air 3 that was leaked. That wasn't blurry. This is the most stable picture that we have.
That's still the box.
No, I changed. Oh, I didn't share.
No, you.
There we go. Now you can see it.
See the buttons that wasn't broke. Those are the ones you still haven't figured out. See that one right there. See, that's the picture that we believe is what we're gonna see when the Air 3 comes out. Yeah, it was also a video that they put out.
I'm getting,
and we all saw that picture that Lawrence showed with the box that came along in that whole series.
Here's the
photos that came out.
Here's the video. Hold on, which was really, really shaky. and I had an issue with it. But if you like me and you keep your hand on the pause button, it didn't matter.
And
Because
then they had another picture that had come out in between the recent stuff. Yeah, that
there's the
video was
of the same.
real shaky because it had to look like it was a smuggled video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Move around like you're sneaking a photo of the new drone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had the June 5th mention of the Air 3 with the Fly More combo. That mention of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was it yesterday?
Here, hold on. We got this is the leak. This was the photo leak of that particular one, right?
Oh yeah.
The Fly More. This was the first one that came out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And all you got to do is follow these guys on Twitter, and you can see what's going on. So
right, because like I said, this is DJI's marketing and promotions team.
yes, Igor
Valdenoff, LV or 55 as you call them. And then there's also Deals Drones. Because yesterday morning, rest assured, yesterday morning, Johnny on the spot was your man, Deals Drone, and Igor Valdenoff. Deals Drones, I believe, dropped a picture with the box, a box with the package.
This one right here.
Yeah.
With the writing FYI, if you try to freeze frame this and you go to Google Lens, which is the new Google Translate.
Yeah. New products will be released on June 28th.
June 28th, 2020 at 2100 hours.
What do you think it will be?
You take 12 from that, and that'll be the launch time. What do I think it will be? I think this is a case of a bunch of Air 3s.
Really? How many?
Yep. In the bunch? Maybe, well, the way they ship my Mavic 3, with one battery, they probably got about 6 cases in here.
6 boxes?
Yeah.
4 to 6 boxes?
6 boxes in that box there. But like I said, you can take Google Translate.
Look at the box real good. It might tell you how many is in there.
Well, I need my hands on the box though.
Well, just get up close.
That is the photo, but
zoom in.
More so, keep going.
Now, I'm quite sure everyone is seeing this, everyone that has Twitter, and I hope you didn't get a Twitter account just to follow these guys and to see these leaks. I don't want to spend a crazy amount of time on this, but what I noticed, there was also some mentioning of Fly More combos, and it seems to be that they have a new version of the vaccine, because I see that it says the RCN2, or what is it, the RC2. So I don't know. Is that what they're calling it? Is that what they're calling the
right here? Hold on.
With the integrated screen.
There you go. Now keep in mind the N1 controller. You call it the vaccine, like the vaccine controller, like the RCN1. But this N2 speculation, and this is my personal speculation, so I'm going to give you
that's the one with the screen on.
The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat. This is my
clearly there.
Right. That's my personal opinion. This DJI RCN2 may be the one controller with the let's just hope.
With the screen on it? The same controller that's out with the screen on it.
Same controller that's out with the screen.
But
then you go on and they leaked another picture of the RC2, DJI RC2.
Well, that's why I'm saying to you, I believe that that's just, well, time will tell.
You think it's hype for now? To see how people.
I don't know. These guys play around with a lot of wording, and then you end up getting most of what they talked about and not a lot of everything. Like for instance, like some of these renders that have been out there of these drones with carbon fiber on them.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them.
Hey, welcome back, Matt.
So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times they put out stuff that
hey, Catskill Brad.
Yeah, are kind of on point, and some of them, a little bit left to be desired. You know, but we did see even up to today more stuff that came out for the
There's
Air
a
3.
lot of stuff that was leaked in this last week alone.
Well, yeah, well, you see, we see more stuff today that actually came for the Air 3, more Air 3 stuff that came out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking more about this, mentioning, like Lauren said, about this new controller, because no one's ever probably, I don't know, I haven't seen it listed that way. So
You're
if they're talking
the
about the
blacklist?
same, what happened?
You're talking about the blacklist that came out?
Yeah, well, that shows like stuff that's in the box and what they would come with. But what I'm saying to you is about this RCN2 and the RC2 controller.
Yeah.
If it's
RCN2, right?
I've never heard of that controller with the integrated screen referred to that way. So maybe it's another controller they come in with.
Well, keep in mind, I have the RC controller, the RC, just the regular RC.
Right. And it's called the DJI RC, right?
Right. The only advantage to making it better would be
putting two antennas onto it.
So,
because you're not going to be able to download anything to that controller.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. They probably won't. I mean, I just
I know there's a lot of guys.
Huh?
No, I was saying I know there's a lot of guys that are going to say, "Oh, no, why would you say that?" Or "Don't say that. Maybe we will." Never, not with the RC Pro in existence.
Now, keep in mind. Remember, you were saying you could build a house with all the N1 controllers you have.
Well, now we could do N2 controllers.
If the N2 comes with a screen, they want everyone to put those phones and tablets down and be totally dependent on them. And so far,
do you not see why?
It's smart. You get rid of a lot of hoopla. Remember all the problems we had with the different tablet types and all of that?
Do you not see why? It would probably be even worse now. You can't download these apps from the store anymore, from the what do you call it, the Google Play Store anymore. So what are you saying? DJI is in a situation where DJIs have to do what they have to do to make it happen.
Adding an accessory port for the external antennas would be amazing also. Now see, that
would be nice.
That's also something considerable.
That would be nice for all of their controllers if they did them that way.
Yeah. For externals, so you could take an antenna, hypothetically.
You could change out your antennas.
Like DJI had with the Phantom 4 system. You could attach externally an antenna to your controller and put it outside the car.
Actually, they had that for the 3 as well.
Yeah. Oh, it was for the 3 too.
Yeah.
Hey, Metro, what's good, man? Long time no see. Good to see you.
Metro Jones, what's good, man?
But anyways,
how you doing, bro?
Just keep in mind, no pictures were leaked. The only pictures that were leaked were the ones that had to do with, that literally had to do with the Air 3. That seems to be their main concern right now, which I guess is a good thing. But now we know they're shipping this Air 3 with some type of new controller. This RC2 definitely has a screen, and I hope they put antennas on it, because that's the only issue with my RC controller, is that if you're flying your drone, you need to be aimed in a direction that drone.
Or you get interference?
Well, you get RC interference, and I've shown you the message multiple times. We can use a port for an external microphone on the RCA, but we can't.
You know what happened?
Antenna to it currently.
You know what happened with that same controller at Calvert? You know how Calvert gets a lot of trees when the weather gets good.
Yeah, the trees are like, that will mess with
it gets very thick. So in certain angles of where you're standing, you'll lose signal.
That's true.
Like where we fly from.
Mm-hmm.
If you're over the back side of the park, you may lose signal if you're out over the water and you got to go towards the back side of the park, towards the in between the submarine and the land.
Johnny Drone Flyers he mentioned something in the chat real quick. He says maybe it's a different transmission system. You could be right. And I could be
The
wrong.
reason why
I
I don't
don't think they would change transmission systems yet because they're still using 03 plus or 3.0 plus or whatever that
right,
is.
and changing transmission systems will cause a problem with the controllers that you already have right now.
Yep.
That
Everything
will
comes.
virtually make these controllers that you have obsolete. If you remember, the Air 2S could fly on the smart controller,
Mm-hmm.
and the Air 2S can fly on the RC Pro. The
Yep.
Air 2S can also fly on the DJI RC.
Yeah. See, that's what we're saying,
But
Johnny.
once you fly
Occupant
that, because it's a different operating system than the other drones that fly on that smart controller, it is choppy as hell.
Well,
You
he
get
says,
a better flight experience on the RC Pro than you do.
You're right. But correct me if I'm
with the
wrong.
smart controller.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they up to OcuSync 3 Plus now?
It's basically an enhanced version of the same old
like an OcuSync 3
But
Lite.
once you start leaving out of that OcuSync 3 into something else,
yeah,
these other controllers may have trouble with it. And then that's when you start getting your lag and you're flashing and you're losing the control and you're losing signal stuff.
Dalton Drone says, hey guys, I'm thinking it might be a controller like the Mavic 2 and original Mavic Pro that has separate screen for telemetry. Honestly, Dalton Drones, you could be right, but I doubt it very much because DJI has been getting away from the separate phone and a separate controller system. I have the RC Pro.
Well,
it
could be almost anything. It could be almost anything.
Yes, it could be.
But honestly, and I said this to you before when I first got the Mini 3 and I did the first flight with the Mini 3. The Mini 3.
I don't know. Do you see what visual actually? But can the DJI RC be used for the Avata? I don't know because I don't own one. Do you Avata guys out there?
I'm gonna say it might be. It might. I don't want to say yes.
No, Johnny, don't worry. I don't think they're changing. I see where his concern. He's saying, I agree. I hope they don't change if you have the RC Pro. I have the RC.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. That once you start changing operating systems, those controllers that you just purchased be trashed. Because anything going forth now will have problems flying on those controllers.
I see OcuSync.
Or they could. The same way where, like I said, the Air 2S was a split gear drone. And that was in the middle when it first went to a different operating system.
Yep. That was the transition.
And then they had to backdate the ability for the smart controller to be able to fly with it. It works, it can connect, but here in New York City,
really shitty reception.
Do it.
Yeah.
You're going to lose signal.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is a concern. And Dalton's, like I was saying, DJI has been slowly, there was a time where you had to have a certain type of tablet, a certain type of cell phone, a certain type of media device.
Well, that was all nonsense too.
Right. But now that they're integrating these screens into their controllers, everyone said the N1 controller, not the N1, the RC controller, which I also have, all it needed was patch antennas.
Well, like I said to you, that's what I said when I did the first flight. When I first got the Mini 3, I went out to the Mini 3 Pro. I went out to Paramus to DJI store and picked that up.
Right.
Now, I wanted to get it right away, and I wanted to be able to fly this thing. And I got it a week after it was released because there was a issue with Best Buy and the nonsense that was going on with Best Buy. So, make a long story short, I did the first flight test with it, and the telemetry and everything, the signal strength with that controller on that drone before all of the updates were done. The drone got good range, but nothing worked. it was trash, straight out the box. Nothing worked. The telemetry was off. Things were off on it. The drone flew well, but things were off. And signal-wise, if you didn't keep it in the right spot over the creek in Coney Island Creek, you would lose signal.
Yeah, Johnny just said the same thing. The range in the RC is not great, but I can tell you it's better than beyond your visual line of sight.
Yes, it is. The range is good to an extent.
I was going to say, but the problem is,
hold on a second, if there's any place where you can get any interference, you will.
True. But once again, the problem is you have to be aimed in the direction your drone is. Now, if you're up high, you
kind of doesn't matter because, like I said, we're flying the Mini coming back from Kaiser Park.
I remember what happened. It went into return to home.
If you're in between the submarine and the land, you're gonna lose signal if the park is got heavy vegetation like this time of the year.
Yeah.
You can lose signal.
Yes. And the city is bad. It is a great radio, and it was a great introduction and very, very smart.
I like the radio for what it is for replacing the flu vaccine controller.
N1 controller with no flu vaccine. Yeah, that's true.
That was a great controller.
If you haven't clicked the like button, please feel free to do so.
The reason why I call it the flu vaccine controller is they call it what, the RCN1.
Yeah, they do.
So I just play around with it. I'm just having fun with it.
Okay. Well, nothing.
No malicious intent. No political statements being made. Just.
Yeah, we're not mocking anyone in the medical industry or anything like that.
I mean, now amongst all of those pictures that we saw, we did see another picture yesterday that came up.
Which one? Because now I'm getting really excited. This is the part of the stream that I can hold it back. Because I see a lot of shit here that DJI.
Well, there was a picture that came up with some people who seemed like they were in a meeting or a little.
Gotcha.
I guess a little powwow at the job, talking about this, plans and the drawings on the wall and stuff on the table. And what do we see here?
Well, first, I want to say DJI is a master of illusions. They showed us the Mavic 2 Pro, and in that same advertisement of the Mavic 2 Pro, they showed the Osmo Pocket, and we never saw it.
Sitting on the table, right?
Ooh, we were dribbling. Yes, sitting on the table, we were dribbling. Mavic 2 Pro, how much? You know what I'm saying? And Now I've come to learn over the years, when DJI shows you something, you must analyze every square inch of it. The table down here, the frame, and what I mean by
2 pens and the marker in the cup.
Yes, you got to look at every fucking thing in their pictures, because there are different designs. There are 2 or 3 different design Avatas up here. And I'll point them out just from what I see.
I also see the FPV drone up there too, which looks like the pictures of the old render.
That too. But here's one render of the Avata right here where the mouse is. You see this X frame? That's considered a standard X frame. Okay. Now here's Avata. Here's an FPV version of that Avata. I'm guessing this is the FPV version of the FPV drone there, but this one is another Avata design here. This is an Avata design. Could be. Here's one more. They're all.
Those look like the old FPV drone picture. That one at the bottom you were just looking at.
Also,
there's a lot of renders there of goggles.
But listen, there are new goggles on here too.
Like they got plans of some sort for a new FPV drone or a new Avata.
Look at these goggles here. Look at these goggles here. Now the DJI FPV drone
Mm-hmm.
up here, it still looks like a bull, still has that round shape. They show you a lot of stuff in these pictures, man. You got to pay attention to everything they show you. And then once again, I
Now
have to
they
play the
haven't.
disclaimer. Hold on, Herman. Let me
Mhm.
play the disclaimer. The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat.
Yeah, make sure you say that. Make sure you say that.
Right now, there are two different types of Avatas right here.
Mhm.
There's a third one behind
Well,
his
look
head.
at the ones right here in front of him, and the color photos.
That's what I'm
These
pointing out.
these
That's
these
exactly
images that are right in front of the
a
gentleman
smaller
with the
one. This
glass.
one looks like
No,
this
to
one
the
right
to the
here.
other side of the room, the other side of
This
the
one
wall.
here looks like a 4-inch.
Yeah, those over there that are finished photos.
Different type of Avata, much bigger frame. This is another type of Avata. Notice some type of antenna piece on the top here. Okay, and then here's the third type of Avata. Blown up like this. I cannot see the chat or what you guys are talking about, but
Mhm.
I've been waiting for this part of the stream to come up. Can we get to the next picture? And
Well,
also keep in mind, on the
mhm.
table is the old style FPV, and on the table is also the old style Avata. All right, here's one. I don't know what the hell this shape is. That doesn't look like an Avata, but here's an old style shape Avata. Here's an Avata without a frame. There's the frame cage.
Mhm.
Now, if we go on to the next picture,
Well,
the
in the
sketch,
next picture,
the
they
sketch.
start showing you sketches on the table, right,
Mm-hmm.
of what could be the next FPV drone or Avata. So
Now, can I just stop to mention
now, if you stop a little bit, what's this right here next to him?
right here?
Uh-huh.
If you look, this is what I wanted to point out. This is not your standard width Avata. It looks a lot wider than
Really?
standard slim bodied Avata. I
Is
think
it
this one right
upside
here,
down?
yeah, yeah. So he can get the duck system in. This one actually has feet. This looks like it has feet on it. Those actually arms holding.
But
But
I'm,
this
I'm,
is a lot
I'm
flatter
curious to know what this is that
profile.
he's drawing here.
Well, this is FPV racing right here on the side. Of course, they look at the camera system because, and I'm saying this, I cannot see the chat. I'm sorry, so I can comment along with you guys. But right here,
Just exit from full screen.
this is a support system for this camera. Look at this housing here, but I see two little antennas sticking out. They're trying to build something for FPV racing. It looks like it could be FPV racing.
It looks like they're playing around with a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, they're beefing.
Where they're going to go with this, we don't know.
Who
We're
knows?
just
Yes.
speculating, but there are a lot of renders. There are a lot of things to look at.
Now,
like, there's also another photo that you have.
And this is the one I got excited about because I believe in this video.
This guy's holding the FPV drone.
But I want to point out some things here, Herman.
Mm-hmm.
This is the FPV drone here. We've all agreed with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This right here is the average Avata, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see the Avata frame. You see how thin that body is?
Mm-hmm.
Right here, they're showing you the Avata,
like
the new
battery.
Avata. And with the battery, they're showing you a new Avata right here.
Really?
This one is a lot beefier. The back is wider and rounder. The way this is squared off. All I'm saying is,
do you think it's a new Avata?
Yes, yes.
Excuse me.
Most definitely.
You think so?
That's why I got so excited.
But what about these goggles?
These goggles are something else that I pointed out in the other picture. They may be thinking
there's also a motion controller down here, which I don't know if we're getting a new motion controller because they just got a new.
Right, they just came out
got a new set of goggles.
But I can tell you right now, I'm convinced this is a prototype or something close to what they want to come out with. And going back to these goggles, it's funny you mention that because in the first render that I showed, this one right here, they show new goggles.
You're right, Lon.
Right here. See the square? See these square shaped goggles? See these right here? These are not the new goggles that came out. Maybe it was an old render that was on the board left. My intuition is they got enough shit to keep you guys spending money going.
You know what?
2030.
You know what, Lon? That would be really detrimental to go to OcuSync 4, because now that means that after the Mavic 3, nothing else that you have
Is irrelevant.
is irrelevant to these older controllers.
Yeah.
That's not going to work well, or they're not going to work at all.
But then that goes back
And
to
that
what
means that
Flyer was saying.
that the
Could they be
RC
skipping an
Pro
operating system?
is a $1,200 fucking paperweight.
That's true, and I would be highly upset about that. I see OcuSync 3 being
Whereas that
at
the
least
smart
another
controller
2
had a good run.
It could be a meeting from months ago. You're 100% right. We don't know directly.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we're just all speculating, and we're looking at what's been put forth.
You know, to see what
Like I said, a lot of
put.
times these guys put out a lot of things, and
That's the waters.
all of them don't always come out. All of them don't always come to be.
You see what Dalton's put? He says maybe, Lon, but you wouldn't be able to use the RC Pro. That's exactly it. So as they transition, if they transition, that's what Johnny Dronefly was saying. Could it be
what I said? That was what I said from day one, that would make the RC Pro and the controllers that they just came out with
limited to those drones,
obsolete to just and only useful for the drones that just came out.
Now, can I interrupt real quick? And I want to say, this is why I believe they're not coming up with OcuSync 4. And this is my personal opinion. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Usually when DJI is about to come out with a new product,
2 years old.
But usually when they're about to come out with a new product, Herman, the first thing they do is lower the price of the products that are out. The Air 2S, the price lower than the Air 2S because when the Mavic 3 came out, their price is lowered on a few things. But the controller, the RC Pro, is still $1,200, $1,300.
Let me tell you what would make the DJI RC a better controller.
What?
Just put antennas on it.
Yeah, and this is what I'm thinking. The regular RC.
Just put outboard antennas on it.
The RC2.
It's what I said in the original video. For the
Lon says trust them. It's OcuSync 4. Well, I don't know who you know at DJI, but I'll wait and hold you to it.
I'll listen. I'll see what happens.
Right. I'll be one of the first to say Lon was right.
Like I said, OcuSync 4 would just shoot all of this crap that we just purchased to shit, because
all of this.
I have the smart controller, and I have the
RC Pro.
No, I have the smart controller, and I have the Air 2S. The Air 2S can be linked to the smart controller. You can fly it an open area. Yeah, it flies. There's a little bit of lag.
Yeah.
When you get into places where there's a lot of interference, like here in the city, you're going to get a lot of lag.
Right.
All it takes is for an emergency situation in the area, and you're shot with that controller. If there's a manned airplane close by, helicopter, going to one of the heliports out here, your screen might even freeze up.
Keep that.
Flying it with
that on deck.
Flying that drone that when they first was an OcuSync 3, flying that drone with the
Ray Kelly
RC Pro. What's up, Ray? I don't have those problems.
Exactly.
So now you're talking about, you got the Mavic 3 series, right? You have now the Mini 3, and now you're going into an Air 3, and now you're cutting off those controllers.
Yeah, the Air,
especially that smart, the RC Pro. I listen, DJI.
Nobody knows.
I'm not saying that DJI wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that if you really care anything about it, the consumer, come on, it's a little too soon. There's only 3. That I say 3 is what, 3 years old. It's going to be 3 years old.
Yeah. How long did OcuSync? How long was the OcuSync before 3 used? with the
But the actual OcuSync, maybe like about how long was the only drone that was on it was the what do you call it? The Mavic Pro.
Yeah, that was first generation OcuSync, and then immediately after that, they came out with the Mavic 2 Pro, and then OcuSync 2. Correct? How long have they been using OcuSync 2? About 4 years.
They used it for a good while because while that drone was out, well, then they came out with another version of the.
It did, Lon. It did work with several. He says the smart controller worked with several drones before the Mavic 3 and the RC Pro. They aren't cutting off anything. You still be able to use it with
Lon. The smart controller does not work well with the Air2S. You can link it, but it does not work. It does not work well with it.
It's too much lag.
Does not work well with it.
Instead of
I don't think it was meant for that Fly app.
Hey Warren, what's up?
It does not. It does not work well.
Air2S with the Air2S and the smart controller. If you look at the map, your drone hiccups across the map. And that was a major issue. A lot of people complained about that, but we will see.
That drone does not.
See. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
And if they have the same thing happening going forward, I'm curious to see.
I'm sure they'll still make money off of the RC Pro line, but my problem is I just don't see OcuSync 4 coming out yet.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that if thinking and seeing how they work, how everything else has worked when they've done that, that's going to shoot that controller to shit. The same way it did once they came out with the
smart controller.
Once the Air2S came out, the smart controller was doomed, except for with those who are using it with their V2s, the Phantom 4 Pro V2s. And their Mavic 2s. So other than that, anything going forward from there does not work well. You got the Mini 2 will fly on it with no problem, but anything on that OcuSync 3, choppy, lag, all kind of stuff. Screens freezing, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Shoot, I would not. I don't know. I'm curious.
None of us know what the hell.
I'm curious to know what'll happen with it.
It's all speculation.
So I don't know. What you think? What do you think, Lawrence? What do you think?
Listen, I have my own personal opinions, and I'm more concerned about the new drones that are coming out, like the Air 3, the Avata, the new radios.
Well, if you don't have a controller, you won't be able to fly it. So what difference does it make? Let's build the house out of controllers.
Listen, I'm happy with what I have. Okay.
Oh, you got new stuff coming up next week.
I can tell you right now. And here's something. Wait a minute.
You got new stuff coming out next week, bro.
Once again,
next week.
It's coming out on the 28th. All I can say,
bro.
And this goes out to all of you guys. Hey, good morning, Rove in Australia. Rob, good morning, Sue. How are you? Keep Rob in check.
You got new stuff coming out next week.
Hold on, Herman. I got to get this statement out there. And a lot of you out there did not buy the Mavic 3 because you said, I'm waiting on the Air 3. A lot of you did not buy certain drones because you said you were waiting. You didn't buy the Air2S because you said you were waiting on the Mavic 3. Well, let's see what happens.
The Mavic 3 came and went, and guys didn't get
that. And now we're talking about
getting
that line.
The Air 3?
Get that part. We get that part of the drones will still work. But
what happened?
He's saying the smart controller still works with drones. It was designed to work with. The RC Pro will still work with drones. It was designed to work with. Your drones will still fly. Yeah, we know that.
Oh God, no. He's just not understanding what I'm saying. Nobody's disputing that. Nobody's disputing that. I'm talking about the damn shelf life of the thing. I'm talking about the shelf life of it. Stop. Very short.
See what Lake Pilot put? I haven't come close to flying what I have already to its potential.
Right.
Thank you, Lake Pilot.
Thank you.
That's why I'm happy with what I have. The Air 3, I'm saying right now, I'm not getting it. Do I know people that'll get it? Of course. Do I know people that want the new controllers? Of course. I'm happy with what I have
Well,
right now.
listen, DJI is following suit with what the world we live in. The car industry has made it real nice and cozy for people to get lease. You remember years ago, you would never lease a car.
Yep.
Right? Many years ago, you would never lease a car. Now they make it more attractive than buying.
Now it is more. So to some people, it is more attractive if you're a weekend driver to lease a car.
Not even if you drive it every day. They've made it more attractive for you to lease it than to buy it.
True.
You know what? All I'm gonna say is this: anyone that's got an SUV, right, that's built in the last 10 years, 20 years, and it's out of warranty, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Or luxury car. You don't want that. You don't want to pay for the repairs on that shit.
Yeah, see, Rob from Australia put it perfectly. Thank you, Rob. FOMO is real for some people. Fear of missing out.
Pretty much.
And I can tell you, I want to make this statement, and we're going to move on to the next story because I don't want to stay on this. But my next statement has to say, 85% of you drone pilots out there still haven't learned to use what you fucking have already.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what? The new one works. The new one does what the old one does so much better.
So instead of taking my hand off of this button, the button's already there. Come on, learn to use right. See, Ray Kelly, I'm loving Mavic 3, my Air 2S, and my Mini 3. Learn to use what you have first. I mean, are there people out there that got to have the latest sneakers and the latest Jaguar and the latest Porsche? Are there? Yes.
You're never going to hear me tell anybody how to have fun. If you want it and you can get it, knock yourself out. If she ain't going to put you out, or you going to go hungry and you want it, knock yourself out if you can get it.
What do you say if you got to buy that skid of ramen?
Right. Or if she going to make you sleep in the car,
right,
then don't buy it.
Exactly. But we are not telling you do not. I'm saying me personally, and that's why I put, well, Herman is speaking from experience. Look from behind him. The collection. There you go. Right.
Don't look at my
Barkley,
stuff.
what's good, man? Nobody is putting a gun to your head, forcing you to buy the latest quad. If you're happy with what you have, great. Exactly, Barkley. And that's our point. We bring up these conversations. This was totally speculation. I played the disclaimer, and I will play it again. The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel.
I don't care what you buy.
Right.
Buy it all if it makes you feel good.
I don't give a shit if you buy.
If I could, I would too. Just collect it all.
Yeah. There is no fight out there. Oh, you must buy this drone. No, for those people who must buy that drone.
Well, you know what?
If you can afford it, get it.
These drones seem to be getting better and better and better and better and better.
Yes, they are.
I'm telling you, they're getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better. Because you know what seems to be an issue? Keeping some of these dudes with these drones out of prison.
Yeah, that's a major issue.
Well, there was a discussion between some airspace security and SkySafe.
Okay.
And basically they were talking about the discussion was on keeping drones out of what they call correctional facilities. From what I'm understanding, this seems to be a problem, and what they're saying, and this goes back to all of what I'm talking about some of these bills and things that people have been pushing.
Yes.
What they're saying is with the accessibility of drones to the greater public, that securing facilities from these drones are becoming a problem. You know, they are dealing with contraband that is being dropped into prisons, such as cell phones, food,
Weapons
drugs, and weapons.
and weapons, yes.
You know,
And it's growing.
Well, yeah, because the U.S. Department of Justice has reported that illegal
Thank you, Gary.
UAV drops have increased by 50% or more annually. You know, back in 2021, a drop meant for a prison in Virginia. They accidentally released a package onto a school campus, high school, nearby high school campus. The drugs were, you know, found by school, you know, school teachers and stuff like that. You know, just think of the problems that this could have caused
right.
had the students got their hands on this shit.
Yeah, that drone that did release the package. Fortunately, she was in the yard and saw it hit the ground. And
Right.
kudos to the teacher for being on point, because usually they're sitting on the side.
Could you imagine if the students would have found this and no teachers were aware of this?
That would have been crazy.
The party that they would have had.
The party they would have had. They wonder why all the kids are so quiet after lunch.
Quiet?
Yeah.
Would they have been quiet? I mean, it would have been a disaster. It could have been deadly.
Yes.
It could have been deadly. Let's be real about it. It could have been deadly, and that's why these things are dangerous. And from what I'm understanding,
okay, Dalton, thanks for coming.
These drones that they're claiming, the technology on these drones today are becoming. See, I talk about verbiage all the time. And I say to you that we have to not take these bills and stuff that they talk about, especially when they direct them on stuff like DJI. Don't take them lightly. Because this article, and they're talking about how these drones today are so powerful that they can actually fly above the Sally port and drop directly into the prison yard.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know what Sally port is, it's actually the prison gateway. So pretty much
bubble, the no-fly zone.
So pretty much now that we're using electronics, it is that actual thing that Lawrence referred to as the bubble.
Yeah.
And from experience and not hearsay, I've dealt with dealing with the prison bubble, as you would call it.
Yes.
Taking off in it, flying out of it, because you cannot fly in it. It will not allow you to maneuver around in it, but you can fly back out of it once you take off in it.
True. The situation that we were in, we needed to
you can fly into it in certain situations, but it will move you along the edge of it.
The perimeter, yes. If you're in fact, the way the prison bubble is, because we're actually working on a construction site that's right next door to a prison. So that street, we know we can't fly. We've also notified the local precinct we'll be flying. We notified the prison we would be flying. And what happens is, if the bubble is here, your drone will hit it and slide along it. But we needed to get certain shots of the site. And in order to do that, we were still outside of the prison perimeter, but the bubble extends over into the construction site some. So when Herman, like he said, took off, you cannot fly back towards a prison, but you can fly out of the bubble. So from personal experience,
so basically, if you are mapping the area,
you may have a problem, at least this particular site.
overlap would work. The overlap works. Trust me, it works. The problem that you have is when it comes to doing a hyperlapse or any other autonomous feature, it won't work going near the bubble.
We found that out. Yes, prison bubble slide. Warren put.
So pretty much that's
bubble
what I
slide.
do know about that.
Yes.
So they're saying that listen to the verbiage. These drones are powerful enough to be able to get over and be able to drop into these prison yards.
Yeah.
So I mean that's dangerous because they're dropping stuff like we said, drugs, food. I don't know how much food they can actually drop to that it would be actually worth their while. But certain drones, if you can get it up there, shit, you could drop a pretty good package in there with some drugs, depending on the drug we're talking about.
True.
If you want to smoke some weed, once again, you got the big drug, so that's harder to move.
Yeah, but
like pills and
also
stuff
goes
like
in to stress how drones are doing good around the world. We don't want to say they didn't want to do the story as okay, drones are bad, we're smuggling drugs, and this story goes on to show how drones do more good than bad because you can show. Go ahead.
Basically, what it is they're talking about a tracking system for prisons, similar to what is used in the federal prison system.
Right.
What they use in the federal prison systems that links the authorities and the
prison and the
prison and the corrections at the prison to the local authorities, in the federal system, which would be the federal police, to be able to monitor. And remember, we talk about remote ID.
Yeah.
And guys don't like about the whole archive thing, but this is how they're going to be able to catch these guys that are flying these type of drops, archiving the information. So they can go back later on. It's just like how if you look at the hospital cameras, a lot of hospitals, no one's monitoring those cameras. That's just in case you bust somebody over the head, they can go back and look at the cameras.
They can go back
that's the guy
and
that
hit
did
the
it.
data. Exactly.
Yeah. So pretty much similar system. They can be able to monitor it from takeoff and the flight route and everything with this thing and be able to pinpoint where these pilots are. And I think that's a good thing for the prisons if they all could be on that same kind of system.
It's every chair. Warren says every time my chair squeaks, he runs downstairs to make sure his front door is locked, is closed.
Ooh, what happened?
He says every time your chair squeaks, I run downstairs to make sure your front door is closed. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to make enough money to get one of these big gaming chairs. And that sounds like a couch. It'll probably squeak like fuck too, but
they make noise too.
I know.
Honestly, truthfully speaking, the gaming chairs look nice. They're cool and everything with looking at them.
Good to take a nap in.
But if you really want to get a comfortable chair, they're not the most comfortable.
Yeah, because you're designed to stay in a certain position for gaming.
No, you can recline in them. I can recline this back and just chill in it.
Call your friend if you have one and get them to come in and hit the like button. I know that's sad, Gary.
What happened?
Sad. As I see live streams all the time with 50, 60, 70 people in it, and they only have 20 likes or 15 likes.
Some guys are preoccupied sometimes. They're doing other things and listening. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, we have a fair share of people.
I see the information. I'm a drone head. I'd share the information with the people in my community.
Right. At least that's what we try to do. And this just happens to be DJI week because they're doing everything. Like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, if you go to DJI website, they want you to scan a QR code with the Apple or Android device.
This is not
And
good.
starting June 26th, which is Monday of next week, until June 30th, which is a Friday of next week, for 5 days, DJI is offering you a chance to win either some Care Refresh, a DJI Mini 3, or a battery. Or a battery.
And the price of the batteries on the Mavic 3, free one would be nice.
Hell yeah. Because they asked me what battery. Mavic 3, what do you think? You want to see the receipt? I could use another Mavic 3 battery, man. Shit.
Oh, I gotta buy a couple of them. Matter of fact, next week, remind me to place an order for Mavic 3 batteries.
I got you. Definitely. No, we need more Mavic 3. That day we went through 8 batteries in 4 hours. That was a workout. We still needed more. Right?
Joe was like, battery.
We were rolling that day. You guys had to see us. Herman was in the air. I was spotting for him. Herman came down. I was and got off the launch pad. I was ready to launch and go back up. What was that? A 4-hour, 39 concrete truck tour?
Mm-hmm.
We're proud of that. I am not gonna lie. We were proud of that job. The guy just kept coming. We got all of that tour. We got the whole thing from the beginning to the end. 39 dump trucks. No, 39 concrete trucks.
So, Lon, you getting one, Lon, when they come out?
Yeah, that's the question. That's another thing. I know a lot of guys get on here and they be like,
Lon, you getting the Air 3
the Mavic 3 this, the Mavic 3 that, the Air 3 this, the Air 3 that.
You know what?
And they're still flying the Mini.
You know why I'm afraid of the Air 3?
Why?
The Air 3S.
Only thing I suggest, it better have night vision.
The Air 3S?
Night mode. The Air 3S?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not getting it. Read between the lines. That's why I'm not getting it.
Nah, you're not. You got me with the Mavic 3. You're not gonna get. You know what's funny? And I still say this. A lot of people talk about, oh well, after they came out with the Mavic 3, look at what they did a year later. They came out with the Mavic 3 Pro. Well, you knew it was coming. And I still say that's not as bad as what happened to the people who ran out and bought the Phantom 4. People ran out and bought the Phantom 4. And 6 months later, they came out with the Phantom 4 Pro for $1,500. Bigger sensor, sensors all around the drone. And you were like, That's when they came out with Lightbridge 2. That and the Inspire 2 dropped the same day, and everybody was like, "I just bought the Fit. Can I bring it back?" No, 6 months, bro. 16 days.
Yep. So DJI is infamous for it. I have the Mavic 3. Why would I bother with any lower device? Well, he says he already has the Mavic 3. Why would he bother with any lower device?
Well, that's what I said before.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see the need for it after buying the Mavic 3 and I have the Air 2. If I did buy anything else, it would probably be another Mavic 3.
You see what Lauren
I'm actually using that.
Pro, Air 3 Sin, Air 3 Pro SE. They're famous for it. You guys,
SE, what's that, like the sports edition?
That's the special edition. It has 5 screws instead of 4, like the other drones.
It's got 4 cameras on this one.
Welcome back, dude.
What's gonna have 4 cameras on this one, or 3.5 cameras?
And the only thing that I expect, and I'm pretty sure the Air 3 is going to have, is night mode.
Really? I can guarantee you one thing that I can guarantee you is going to be on that drone.
A battery?
No.
There we go.
No. 4K 60.
4K 60, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
At least the 1-inch sensor. Right?
At least the 1-inch sensor. You're 100%.
At least the 1-inch sensor, right?
Right.
I don't see it being far from the what we've already seen. I think you're
The
gonna
Air,
probably see a
imagine
few
the Air
things.
2S, Herman.
I think you're gonna
Imagine
see a
the
few
Air.
things in it that might make you believe that it's better than the Mavic 3.
Herman said, Barkley said a light. No, you can guarantee they have a light. Did
Oh yeah. No,
boy.
I mean they'll probably have. They gotta because they do this all the time. They're gonna probably have something that makes you think that it's better than the Mavic 3.
Oh, hold on a second. John Olson, he was asking, was it just me? It was Herman and I. We burned 8 batteries and we rotated. I would spot for him when he was in the
8
air.
batteries, yeah, 8
And
batteries.
we went through 8 Mavic 3 batteries in 4 hours. So if you figure 30, and they were 30-minute
Probably a little over
hyperlapses.
battery. We're probably a little over.
Huh?
Probably a little over 4 hours.
Yeah, it was definitely over a little over. Lon says 6K. I would love for it to have 5.5K, 6K too. Also,
5.5K.
Barkley goes, it'll guaranteed have propellers.
But it's skimming out of the pixels.
Yeah.
Skimming them.
Barkley says a set of propellers, a fuselage, a battery. We can guarantee it'll have that, antennas, a compass, and Barkley go on and on.
Really?
Oh, we
Is
won't
that
know
right?
until
Landing gear. What else? A camera. We can guarantee you those things. No, but
oh yeah, Lon, definitely.
no,
It's
keep it low and making
Imagine
sense
the
though.
Air
There's certain
2S
things that we
steroids.
know is gonna be there. You know, I just think that it's a lot of drones, man. And they're coming too quickly.
They are, but you know what? I'm
I
under the
mean,
impression.
okay, look, the Mavic 2, right? It's not still a viable drone.
Yes, it is.
Air 2S still not a viable drone right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So I'm saying, like, we got a bunch of drones, you know, last year. Going into the year, we thought they was going to slow down, and they just kept pushing them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the mini crowd is content right now. They don't need anything more. Please. They don't need anything more for like another couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
we shall see. We never know. DJI might be trying to clear out the warehouse for some new shit. Who knows?
Okay.
I mean, they just released a picture of that watch that they were talking about years ago. They re-released the picture of the watch, remember?
Okay. So what, they're gonna come out with the same dead ass controller?
And it was rumored that watch would control drones. So
yeah, but it never went anywhere.
Right, exactly. They're testing the waters.
Okay.
But Ray Kelly, don't think Lon yet, because we don't know what's coming out. Ray Kelly says good info, Lon, but until we see what comes out.
Ray Kelly would come to our live stream and say that.
Yeah, this is true. But don't give anyone any props yet. Don't give me any props. Don't give Lon any props. Don't give Herman any props. Don't know. None of us know. It's only speculation. I mean,
I understand where Lon's coming from. I just like
exactly.
All I know is that I have the equipment, and I seen what the Air 2S does with the smart controller. It can connect to it. Does it fly well? I wouldn't do it again.
I think vertical video, Lon, he says vertical video.
So anything going forward from other than your Mavic 3,
I think the vertical
video. What else are you gonna fly with the $1,000 controller that you paid for?
True.
You bought a Mavic 3 Pro now with that controller. What are you gonna do? Go buy minis to fly on it?
True, but getting back to what he just
Air 2S to fly on it,
Herman. I think the vertical video was a flop with the Mini 3 Pro because I rarely see people even using that vertical video mode. There are people doing it, but not as many as I thought would.
See, I don't think it was intended for most of the people that you would come across in this industry or in this community. I think it was more so intended for a different perspective for the guy who's actually a vlogger out there doing the little silliness that you don't check for.
Right.
You know, getting certain pictures like, oh, I'm walking around Manhattan and then they just went over by the water and got a shot off the, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But I honestly think that vertical
And then you
camera
go over
was
there
a
to try to
fail.
fly, and then you'll get
I
pummeled by the police.
I actually thought it was brilliant to come out with a vertical camera. Maybe it'll catch on.
I like it. You know, I took a couple of pictures with it. I don't really fly the drone, and once again, when having to take a picture, I'm going to grab the camera that takes the better picture. No matter what you set in the settings, it's the better camera. So I'm going to grab the Mavic 3.
The camera, yeah, the drone with the better camera makes a lot of sense.
Well,
Like
you
I
know
said,
what, Lawrence? I
yeah,
did want to move on to something else because we have a couple other things that I
yeah.
wanted to mention. Volocopter is partnering with ADAC Luftrettung.
That's German.
Believe it or not, to collaborate with Volocopter on the next generation eVTOL for emergency medical services. Now, I don't want to say the name of this company too many times. Luftrettung is they're a rescue service. What they have is called the Yellow Angels, and they're dispatched with helicopters. They actually operate. They're operating more than 50 rescue helicopters out of 37 different base hubs.
Right.
And with them, they're saying that time is crucial in saving lives. And that's why their unit is usually dispatched whenever they have like maybe major highway accidents and stuff like that. People have to,
Right.
they need someone there right away that has medical knowledge.
Well,
And
their
this is
response
why,
time is really high.
well, right. This is why they're confirming that they're purchasing the first two Volocity aircrafts, and these aircrafts are intended for purchase to do some really good things, because they're looking to purchase an additional 150 Volocopter eVTOLs. And the reason for purchasing them is that I've said this here on the stream before, and I'll say it again. If you want to replace the gas-driven car with an electric car, then why not the helicopter? They're looking to replace the helicopter with these things. We call them drones. They have the capability to be flown autonomously, but they're going to be able to be operated with a pilot. Let me talk a little bit more about that in the next story. But with this, they're saying that it has the flexibility of a helicopter with zero emissions.
Yes.
And that's what makes this so important, because it's always about your carbon footprint, right? That zero emissions is a beautiful thing. Now, like I said, the first two aircrafts will start to do some things that they were to get ahead of the learning curve. The two initial aircrafts will go into emergency medical service research in Germany to study the usage of it for search and for rescue services that they've been using the helicopters for. And once completed with that and it receives its certification, and everything is completed on it, they will then now take hold of the additional 150 to use for their EMS and search operations.
Kudos to Volocopter for, first of all, for getting that purchase, but and ADAC Luftrettung, well, never mind, emergency rescue.
Luftrettung.
Yeah, if I was drinking liquor, I couldn't say.
Yeah, they well, actually, this well, they've been actually working at this since 2018. And Volocopter is working towards, like I said before, their type certification for this aircraft.
Right.
And Volocopter is also working as part of the creating of the urban air mobility infrastructure. And they've also received in a fund in their, was it a second signing of a Series E in a fundraising that they received, was it $182 million?
Yeah, you know, and this company helped put a lot of money in. ADAC put a lot of money into that.
Well, you know, we've been talking about eVTOLs and urban air mobility for a little over, well, urban air mobility for about a year or so now. And we've been talking about these eVTOLs for well over a year and the things that are being done around the world. I don't think there's a YouTube channel, I mean, amongst even the gentlemen that are here, the ladies and gentlemen that are here in the chat, and those who else who do live streams in the community. I don't think that there's a channel that covers more on these eVTOLs and the work that's being done around the world than this channel. We cover something every week here on things. We've gone back over 2-3 years talking about Zipline and the work
and this stuff happening.
From the time that they started and with stuff going on in Rwanda,
the progression,
at least a year after, you know, from them starting, it was in 2016, and the things that they've done with these eVTOLs and the work that's being done with drones. All Zipline's not an eVTOL, but it is a drone that's being used for medical services. And we first talked even about MatterNet from when Dr. Gwen, if anybody who's not familiar with how that actually started, with Dr. Gwen over at WakeMed. So if you see, like, a lot of people are wondering now, like, a lot of the stories that we bring here on the channel, we bring them because they kind of all link together. And I tell you about verbiage, and I tell you about the things that were being said about the power of these, the capability of these drones that the consumers have in their hands, and how they're actually seeing them kind of seem sort of dangerous. That's bad verbiage to be used about the products that are in the hands of the consumers. What is that Lon saying there? It's just that, you know, I look at things like that and I see a lot of people are starting to, the chatter is starting to come that they actually want to take over the airspace and flying a bunch of delivery drones and cargo drones, pushing the hobby into a corner.
Yeah.
Because truthfully speaking, I don't really think the hobby is the hobby in a park at the same site all the time. Like, what are you gonna, you know?
I agree.
About
I agree
being
with
able
you
to
100%.
expand your wings and to be able to see different things, to explore, and to be able to try different things, take different shots of different aspects of things, like that bridge that you have there. I've seen that bridge from 100 different angles.
Exactly, and all sides of it. From the north side of it, yeah.
To stifle a man with a drone into a park is a bad thing. I don't see that working. I see that just causing non-compliance. But I did want to move on, and they do have a Vola City exhibition for the air taxi, for the air taxi for the future, and what they're going to have and what it's going to be, you know. So what do you think, Lawrence?
Well, all I know is it'll work. It'll definitely work as they slowly transition from combustible engines
Mm-hmm.
to electric and hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's for good, I'm 100% behind it. Now, getting back to the statement as far as what you were saying about the drone hobby being pushed into the corner, it's
Uh-huh.
being pushed into the corner because people hear about events going on like July 7th here in New York. They
Uh-huh.
hear about events going on in Florida
Mm-hmm.
and they don't respond. But yet, the drone pilot will be the one to respond and says, I can't fly at my favorite park no more. And then when they think about it, they say, oh shit, I remember these guys mentioning they were going to stop us from flying in this park
They're not
before.
listening to you.
It's right. It's too late. It's already too late.
Well, what I did want to mention, because keeping along the line of talking about eVTOLs and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, we've been talking about this one company extensively.
I have stock in them.
Well, California air taxi developer Archer Aviation, they announced that they are reinforcing their partnership with the European-based Stellantis. Why not? I mean, okay, let me give you an understanding of what's going on here with this. They're saying that they both have the same, they share the vision for the future of this this aircraft. And let me tell you a little bit about this.
Go ahead,
What's
and then
happening is
I'll cue up the video.
what their
Go ahead.
vision is, where Stellantis will be their contract manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
That would help them build the midnight aircraft at scale.
Can I interrupt you just real quick?
I'm
For
listening.
those of you who don't know who a Stellantis is,
I'm going to
they
get to
are a
that.
major. They
I'm
do.
going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm going to get to that. That would, like I said, that would make it possible for them to be able to manufacture this aircraft at scale. They began work on the site in Georgia where they plan to manufacture the midnight air taxi. This started back in Georgia, and they are set to go. What is it? Oh, they're set to go sometime in 2024 for full scale manufacturing. This plant sits on a 100-acre campus, 35 miles southeast of Atlanta. Now, you were talking about Stellantis, right? Like I said, they plan to oversee all the productions at there. Now, when I say they plan to oversee all the productions, meaning from the hiring to the firing, they're
Yep.
going to be doing. And as you know, we mentioned right here on this channel that Mr. Billy Nolan, who was the acting administrator for the FAA, he's
Correct.
gone on over to Archer to oversee this project as the chief safety operator
Yep.
for Archer. So he'll be overseeing this. Now, they'll be manufacturing up to 650 aircraft yearly there. And they have the
Nice.
ability to expand to up to 2,300 annually manufactured at this plant. And you saw a picture of it. Now, Stellantis has so much experience in the automobile industry of manufacturing automobiles.
Yep.
This is where they get their extensive background in manufacturing of automobiles and how to actually put together a plant to take this aircraft from one end to the next. and to be able to produce so many of them within a year's time. Stellantis has so much experience in the manufacturing. Like we spoke last week about Foxconn. Foxconn has a lot of experience in manufacturing because shit, they manufacture for look around your house, touch it. They probably made that. Look around your house, any electronic device you got, and touch it. Foxconn has probably made it. All you guys that got iPhones, Xbox, PlayStation.
Thank you, Gary.
Televisions and all those things, they've made it. You know?
Yeah, thank you much, Gary. Gary has made it his personal mission to see that we hit 30 likes tonight.
Thank you, Gary.
We actually did, but unfortunately, it's time to go.
I mean, it's time to go. I mean, let's talk about a meetup that's going to happen in 365 days.
The meetup in 365 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh, in 365 days, we're going to have a meetup.
We're out of here. We appreciate you all. We appreciate you.
We forgot to get a shot. We forgot to get a drop.
We forgot to get a shot and a drop.
And a drop and a shot. Yeah, okay, whatever. Well, anyhow, there's going to be some good live streams on tonight. Go by and check those guys out. Support the other channels. Please go in there and tell them I sent you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Lon, I'll be checking for that drone to see what happens when it comes out. No, next week, right? Supposedly next week, Wednesday?
28th.
Or sometime in between there and the beginning of the next month.
Oh, early next month. They claim between the end of the month and early next month.
Listen, guys, don't go spending your rent checks on this shit. I know you bought a drone within the last 6 months to a year, and that drone is just fine. For drone news and tech talk, tune in on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to Wednesday Night with Those Guys. That's right, everybody, with Those Guys. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time with Those Guys.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. And write your local congressman and tell them to get them damn dumbass drone laws off the books.